All right, thus begins another episode of The Grease Trap.
Whoa, the grease trap.
Whoa, man.
Okay.
That's
1
fucking
second.
crazy.
Just gotta get ready for the grease trap, guys.
Get high.
We should try just like a total silence grease trap and see if
Okay.
people dig it. That's not total silence, TJ. You're clickety clacking. Your attention has to remain on the show, but you have to remain silent. That's right. Okay, I'm digging it. This is pretty profound. It's the best performance TJ's ever given. It's deep. It's meaningful.
Call this one the silence trap.
Wow, apparently I'm the only one capable of actually being silent, so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Don't start that shit.
You're never escaping it now. Now that I know
I
it
don't
bothers
want it.
you, it's going to be my catchpatch.
I mean, it doesn't.
I'm going to print it on a
whatever.
t-shirt. It is what it is.
I
And it ain't
that
what
one.
it ain't.
I hate that particular one. I hate it is what it is because it's just like it's basically like saying nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, why did I waste my time?
Yeah, man.
I don't know why you wasted your time. Guess it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, bitch. Fuck you won't.
I said, do be what it do be.
Trudeau announces Canada is banning assault-style weapons. Good.
Who?
Canada's safe now.
Who's it? Who's announcing what?
Look, TJ, I've warned these people about Canada for years. Look what they're doing now. More freedom gone. More freedom's gone, TJ. Can't own a fucking gun anymore? It's all right. Trust the government of Canada. They'll keep you safe. Just like they did in Nova Scotia. That
Oh,
guy
yeah, we
wanted-
saw what happened there.
And how'd they stop that guy, TJ? How'd they stop him? They asked him nicely just to, hey, lay down your gun.
Yeah, they
man. Lay
politely
down.
asked him to stop.
Give peace a chance, man. Give peace a chance, dude. Come on, please stop it. You know what they did, TJ? They set in the state with guns to kill him.
Good.
So you need a
Guns.
good guy with a gun.
Only the
that can-
state should have guns. That's what I believe. State
Crazy,
guns.
okay. The state. Yeah, well, you know what's gonna happen then? We'll take all our guns, right, TJ? You know what phase 2 is, right?
No.
Fun.
What?
Freedom's TJ.
Freedom?
Anytime they want, they can send the police in with no fear of you at all.
Yeah, because right now they're shaking their boots.
They are, man. TJ, they are. I mean, look what happened in Michigan, TJ. They went in that Capitol building. They knew what was up, man. They knew, look, we got guns. Government's afraid. Without those patriots, TJ, without those patriots that want to reopen the country, what will we do, man? In Canada, they can't even do that now. Got a problem with what? Some sticks? We're going to show up with sticks. Hey, government, reopen. We got some sticks. I got a rock here, too. Government's mow them down. Brrr. All dead.
It has been a long time since the government's mown down a group of people.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm kind of wistful for it. Like, come on. The fuck?
When are we gonna have a massacre again?
Yeah, I mean, like, for a while we were fucking having one every week. You know, it was like, okay, Waco, Ruby Ridge, you know, all this other stuff. You know, and now it's like, how long has it been? Come on, like the government's been slacking. I think the government needs to fucking realize, like, the citizenry is getting out of control. They need to stage another real quick massacre, just like in and out, 20-minute massacre, no problem. Yeah, I think they should, like, I think the government should just, like, blow up a movie theater or something. You know, like right when the fucking COVID-19 ends, people go back, like, yeah, let's go see a movie. It's been a long time, you know, and everyone's in the movie theater relaxing, and then the fucking screen opens and it's Trump, and he's like, attention, you're gonna die, and then the whole fucking theater explodes, and it's like the government's like, yeah, today we blew up this movie theater because we think there might have been a terrorist in it or something. I don't know.
Attention, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you know,
Heard
blow them up.
you're gonna die.
Then Trump does a press conference. He's like, yeah, I blew up the movie theater, and everyone's like, why would you do that? And he's like, yeah, you know, I think there might have been a terrorist in there, maybe. Who knows? That's where the government, we can do that. Remind the fucking people who owns them, you know? Remind the people the government's still got a big swinging dick that it can fucking chop your head off with, you know? Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. We need Waco 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Uncle Joe finally spoke on the Tara Reid.
Yeah, I was going to check that out a little later.
Oh, he heard me.
Yeah, he was specifically, he's like, oh, Paul's ego said I got it. Well, all right. But that's going to be old news by the time this comes out. So fuck that. We'll talk about that on fucking Flirshford or some shit. Flirshford.
You'll like this one, TJ. Cancel rent is a new rallying cry for tenants. Landlords are alarmed. Probably as they should be.
Yeah, why would landlords be alarmed by that?
This is from, well, I'll just share this link with you. If you want to pull it up. So I know something you guys talked about before. Where's the fucking
Cancel rent.
Here, I think I found it. It's like New York Times.
Yep.
I don't know if it's gonna let me do it. Sometimes the New York Times asks me for money, like halfway through, but whatever.
Can we have some money, TJ? We're the New York Times.
Hey, we're the New York Times. Can we have some money from you? It's like, no, you got way more money than I do, you pieces of shit.
Look, they're failing, TJ. The ratings are down to nothing.
From New York to Los Angeles, tenant groups are encouraging millions of renters to withhold May rent, which landlords warn would be devastating.
To who?
To them.
To the landlords, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think the tenants give a fuck.
As
I mean,
unemployment soars across the country, tenants' rights groups and community nonprofits have rallied around an audacious goal to persuade the government to halt rent and mortgage payments without back payment accruing for as long as the economy is battered by the coronavirus. The effort has been brewing on social media with the hashtag #CancelRent and online video rallies, as well as a smattering of in-person protests frequently held in cars to maintain social distancing. Representative AOC, the fucking troublemaker that she is, a New York Democrat, offered a fervent endorsement of the campaign, encouraging her progressive base to embrace a movement to upend the housing market. It's not that it's impossible to do, and it's not that we can't do it. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez said in a live video on her Facebook page on Monday, we lack enough politicians with political will to actually help people who are tenants and actually help people who are mom-and-pop landlords. Ah, yes. The local mom-and-pop landlord.
Yep. Well, yeah, old Nellie's been kicking people who couldn't pay enough out on their asses since 1902. She's an industry over here.
She's a real firebrand. But in New York and other cities, landlords say they too are struggling to pay their bills, since many tenants have already been unable to pay rent. They call the advocates' efforts reckless and say that withholding rent would create cascading consequences, including leaving property owners without the means to pay mortgages and property taxes or to maintain buildings.
Well, if tenants have no money, what are they supposed to do? You can't get fucking blood from a stone, as we another idiom. But yeah, you just can't do that. It's if people aren't working. I mean, what is unemployment at now? Like 30 million people in the last 8 weeks, some or 6 weeks have filed for unemployment.
I don't know.
If they have no money coming in, besides, maybe they got a stimulus check, maybe they didn't. Maybe savings, maybe they don't. As we know, about 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So if they don't have a job, they don't have any income, they don't have any savings. What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to pay this landlord money they don't have.
It's almost like this system we have of exchanging a bunch of your time for this magical piece of paper that lets you live another month. Maybe we ought to take a look at that. Maybe we ought to think about restructuring the way that works.
Nah, I think it's rock solid.
Because it seems like it would help both the tenant and the landlord. Because the landlord, I understand their concerns. It's like, well, fuck, money's not coming in. How am I going to maintain where I live? And it's like they're finally getting a taste of the utter dread that they fucking pour all over their clientele. And they're starting to realize, like, yeah, this system of like, hey, if my clients stop paying me, then I can't pay my bills. Like, they're so close to coming up with the answer.
Me and Taylor read this article about a bunch of these Airbnb whiners, and look, and in fairness, some of the people that rent Airbnbs out, it's just like a second home or something. It's not, I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about the people that own like 25 plus units, borrowed a bunch of fucking money through fucking commercial lenders, and are now going, I can't afford to pay it because all these travelers ain't traveling. So now I can't maintain these 25 apartments. It's like, well, you're the one that didn't fucking diversify. You're the one that wanted to over leverage yourself. That's not my fucking problem. I don't feel bad for you. Like, you look, maybe the person that has one extra property, it's like freaking 65 for their retirement. Yeah, I understand that. But I don't understand someone that has fucking 80 properties that wants me to fucking feel bad for them, or these fucking large landlords in these major metropolitan areas that own fucking 50,000 units going, well, if people don't pay the rent, then we can't pay our shit. It's like, yeah, because you know what happened? You got rich because you borrowed a bunch of fucking money that these other people would never get a chance to borrow. It's not like you're smarter. You just had the access to the capital that you needed to fucking make the investments that made you the money. And well, of course, all these other people are ever denied having that opportunity, that chance. Of course, that system doesn't fucking work. And that, of course, when we're talking about those systems, they only benefit a small number of people. So the number of inequalities we've seen is rising in this country vastly. People can't pay their fucking rent. People can't afford food. People can't afford healthcare. They can't afford to fucking go to school. They're fucking up their ears in debt. What else do these people fucking want? They think people are just continuously going to put up with this shit? Oh, why are people calling for this? I don't understand why these people are in the streets mad. Why wouldn't they be mad? They're fucking stupid if they're not bad. They're stupid if they're not pissed off.
I dig it. I dig it all. Hey, you guys, check this out. There's a fucking spicy ass meme coming to you from the meme lords on the right wing, dude. All right, it's Karl Marx, right? And it says socialism isn't just knocking at the door of the Democratic Party; it's in the kitchen having coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Can I have a cup of coffee with socialism?
Yeah, me too. Hey, Carl, would you pour me a cup?
Make memes great again.
I love that this is the kind of shit made by the same group of people who are like, man, you know who can't meme? The left. Then they're putting out this, like, yeah, this is dank, this is spicy right here.
We've already established that socialism to them is just relative anyways, because they're fine. Like, you think all these conservatives turned down their stimulus check?
I know I did. I was like, I'm not taking no money from the government.
Like, they turned down their Social Security. Think they turned down any little fucking cent they could get from the government. Think they turned down the PPP if they owned a small business or a business loan. Oh, no, they didn't turn that down, did they? Oh, no, well, where'd that money come from?
All right.
The government redistributed money.
All right, well, I'm trying to show you this other fucking hilarious comic here, Scotty. This is fucking funny shit. All right, so here's a Trump advisor coming to Trump. His health status is uncertain. He may be unconscious. And then Trump says, Kim Jong-un or Joe Biden?
Sorry.
Me too.
One just tickled my funny bone.
It is really funny.
COVID regs keep 6 feet apart, and there's a shark that says you're gonna need a bigger beach. I don't even get it, but okay.
It's because you remember in Jaws, we're gonna need a bigger boat,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I vaguely maybe get that.
God, this fucking dude.
Calvin the Deplorable. I actually read this one the other day, but here we go. Calvin, did you read the book on the joy of being transgender that I assigned? I tried, Miss Wormwood, I really did. But then I felt the hand of God on my shoulder, and he whispered in my ear, don't. Then he gets sent to the principal, and he says, this must be why they don't allow God in public schools.
I think they're sending you in, Calvin, because you're mentally ill. I don't think that's the reason.
You know who's really mentally ill?
The
Transgenders. Eh?
It's possible they could be.
Hey,
but,
I love this. I love this shit. That they're like assigning Calvin the joy of being transgender. You know.
Yeah.
Apparently, like that's all they teach in school anymore. It's no more.
Yeah, that's what schools are.
It's no more reading, writing, arithmetic. Now it's fucking
tranny propaganda, dude.
Every day the kids come in. It's like, is anyone here not trans yet? Oh, too many cis fucking pieces of garbage. We need more trans students, y'all.
It's a liberal brainwashing camp now, TJ. All they teach is liberal ideas and thoughts.
Calvin, your new name is Calvina. Here's your lipstick. Wear it with pride.
You're going in for your surgery next month.
Get used to the idea. Your Holiness, why are you pushing for a globalist new world order to bring harmony to the world? But you're endorsing socialism. You're just now figuring that out?
Fuck this low effort ass comic with just two of the same pictures.
The panels are the same. There's not even any.
This is a weak sauce.
The cross hatching is lazy. Let's see, what's this? If you thought musical chairs was competitive, just wait until the lockdown stops.
Huh?
Okay, let me. I'm gonna.
Barbershop there.
I need to contemplate this for a few hours.
What's happening in this one? What am I supposed to take away from this?
If you thought musical chairs was competitive, just wait until the lockdown stops.
Oh, okay, I get it. Because people haven't been able to get a haircut.
I gotcha. Oh, so everyone's gonna be fighting to get.
There's a total reason why I don't realize why this one is funny or relevant to people. Because I don't get those.
I mean, I do, but I get them from my wife.
Yeah.
So I haven't gone to a place to get a haircut in like, I don't know, 2-3 years or something.
You just get a fucking you probably got like a number 4 all over or some shit, TJ. You have enough haircut.
Who is this Tara Reid you speak of? Oh, okay.
Oh, Pinky.
Just look at those kids out there playing ball. Call the cops.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, they're playing, especially since they're
little fuckers down.
Especially since they're in your yard. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, really, you should go out there with a gun and shoot them, but whatever. I guess the cops is a decent enough alternative. This is a stick up. Give me all your masks. COVID-19 is happening. Who knows more about viruses than me?
Bill Gates thinks he's so smart, even though he warned us about this pandemic problem years before it happened. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kim Jong-un.
Hey, Patriot, snitch on your fellow New Yorkers. Text pic of your neighbor's social distancing violation to 311692. And the guy's just like, creep.
What a creep.
Creep. Wow, that dude's monitor is fucking huge.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, what is that? Like 6 feet by 8 feet or some shit? Holy fuck.
On. You don't have a monitor like that, TJ?
I guess not. I need one.
Damn, you're not living life, my friend.
Here's more Calvin the Deplorable. You don't love it? What is it? Is it starting to break you down, Scotty?
Dude, I know the answer to this. I know. I got, because it seems like there's a lot of angst about this fucking quarantine and shit. So let's just pass a rule. All Republicans can go out in public. All Republicans can go back to work. All Republicans can get back out on the street. Democrats have to stay home, though. And then let's wait about 6 or 8 months and then have an election. See how we do.
I've been doing a study of people's voting habits to find out why some people vote Republican and others vote Democrat. The conclusion I've drawn is that the people who vote Republican are patriotic, believe in personal responsibility, respect for law, and have faith in God. On the other side, the main reason why people vote Democrat is that they hate Republicans. Oh, God.
Oh my God, more of this fucking Christian whiny persecution bullshit, dude.
Republicans are angels. Republicans are saints. Democrats are scumfucks who lick their own taints. It's okay. You could come out. Joe Biden likes girls. Oh
boy.
Hey, there's a limit of one virus per customer. Oh, hee hee hee. Ha ha ha. Man, this conservatives are so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, they really can meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, like these memes, man. These memes are next level spiciness, dude.
This is Calvin talking to Trump.
Yeah. Hello, President Trump. Calvin the Deplorable here. Listen, the controversy over your bleach statement has got me thinking. You better not advise people to drink water or the media will say you're encouraging people to drown themselves. I'm a hell of a lot better advisor than that quack Dr. Fauci. Oh, this one really has his finger on the pulse of America, man. It just really fucking does.
It's the cream of the crop right here, honestly.
Because, I mean, like, yeah. I mean,
telling people to inject bleach into their veins to fight the coronavirus is basically the same thing as telling them to drink water.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I mean, it's just exactly the same. It's on the same exact fucking moral and fucking reasonability keel.
Well, you know, they claim that's not what Trump's. Oh, Trump didn't mean that. Oh, Trump didn't say that. Oh.
I mean, he didn't say bleach specifically, and he didn't tell people to inject themselves, I guess. But he did fucking bring up the possibility of injecting disinfectants into people to kill the virus. So, you know.
Yeah.
But then the next day, he said he was being sarcastic. So, all right. I also love the fucking pot shot at Dr. Fauci. Like, oh, man.
Quack.
Legit, like the only person in the Trump administration that you could maybe even have like some modicum of fucking, you know, faith in what they say. And of course, that's the one person that this comic writer, Dixon Diaz, is like, I have no faith in that guy. Wish Trump would stop listening to that moron and listen to Calvin the Deplorable.
Like Dixon Diaz is qualified to know what a fucking quack doctor is. Based on what? What evidence is that Dr. Fauci is a quack?
I love the fucking. I love that he gives credit to Bill Watterson at the top, like writer Dixon Diaz, artist Bill Watterson, as if this is like a collaboration between the two of them. You know?
Right. I teamed up with Bill Watterson to make this hilarious political cartoon.
If Bill Watterson was even momentarily made aware of this, do you think he would let it go on? Because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, dude. I'm pretty sure he probably knows that a lot of people rip off, you know, Calvin and Hobbes. Because
yeah, I guess that's true. But most people don't most people don't like run their own version of a comic, I guess. But
right.
I guess the only other example I could think of is Garfield minus Garfield. I don't know if that's still going on.
That's brilliant, though. I fucking love Garfield minus Garfield.
New rule: no dogs in the house. And I guess he's like running off the Democrats or whatever the fuck. Ugh, it just keeps going. They love this fucking Calvin the Deplorable shit over here.
I mean, is this place like, is this conservative cartoon subreddit a place where like conservatives are coming, or is it a place where like people are just memeing on how stupid these are?
No, it's a place where they come.
This is like a conservative place.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a super popular subreddit. It's like got like 11.1 thousand members and shit. So I mean, this is not like a super hot like fucking place. But let's see. I don't know. Here's the top voted post here. All right, there are sexual assault allegations against Joe Biden. What do we do? Call it Russian propaganda. Replace him with Andrew Cuomo. Give the nomination to the guy with the second most delegates, and then that guy gets thrown out. Which I guess this is kind of like a pro-Bernie comic in a way, but...
Bernie. So I'll tell you what, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of progressives turn on Bernie, dude. They're mad. Yeah. They're fucking pissed at Bernie. They're like, Bernie's a fucking... I was watching, like, what was it, Jimmy Dore, and he's just like, look, Bernie just doesn't fight for shit. He basically, you know...
He is. Yeah, and I mean, I've said it all throughout this fucking election season. Bernie Sanders is weak. He is weak when it comes to fucking defending his positions. He's weak at calling out people for their fucking mistakes. He's weak at fighting back. He's weak at fucking insinuating that, the problems that his opponent has, are real problems. He's just weak.
He wasn't honest. I mean, he basically said Joe Biden, and he implied Joe Biden was totally corrupt. But he didn't do what Trump was willing to do and say drain the swamp and all the shit. Even though Trump was totally full of shit and didn't mean it, Bernie should have actually been saying that shit. Like, look, Joe Biden is totally corrupt, and we can't have him on here.
It's beyond weak because he was actually. I mean, like, we're not just talking about like Bernie Sanders refusing to call Joe Biden corrupt. We're talking about like him like actively going against people in his own like campaign who were fucking saying that. Like, yeah, Joe Biden's corrupt. Here's the evidence why. And Bernie being like, no, wrong.
No, he isn't. He's my good friend.
I love Joe.
And that's why I didn't fucking win.
Yeah.
Joe's a good man.
Too many times throwing your arms around fucking shitty politicians that nobody likes. He did it in 2016 too.
I'm with her. Look at me.
I'm
My
here.
arm around Hillary Clinton, the woman that I just told you is horribly, horribly unqualified for the presidency. Not anymore.
Now she is.
Yeah. I mean, like, you just can't do that shit. Like, and I think, Paul, that's probably why you were done with Bernie after 2016. As soon as Bernie bent the knee to Hillary and said, Hillary's okay, vote for Hillary, we got to stop Trump. It's like,
Well, I mean, I told people back then because it's still a really fucking unpopular position, like amongst Bernie bros and shit. But I told people back then, I was like, he's gonna do this again. I can guarantee you, he's gonna do this again. He's gonna take his momentum and throw it behind somebody that makes you want to fucking puke. And here we are,
dude, that's why I'm a proud member of the Apathy Party.
Yep.
I have not been let down by my after 2016. I'm like, dude, I'm joining the Apathy Party. It has not let me down since. Everyone discusses politics. Like, y'all discuss it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, well, nothing's gonna happen anyways, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna fucking sit here with my legal tobacco and just watch the shit show.
who could blame you?
I don't blame you, but I'm not doing that either. Because I did it in 2016, and it didn't really fucking make me feel good or anything. So this time I shall participate in democracy.
Good for you, TJ.
I know, right? Let's have a round of applause for me.
You're going to vote, TJ.
Yeah, I'm voting.
Who you voting?
Yeah. You really gonna fucking like
Wow.
walk into the fucking polling place all hangdog with your head down, feeling like a piece of shit?
No, I'm going to walk in with my head held high. I'm like, I'm here to vote. I'm here to do my part for this country. That's what I'm going to do.
For Joe Biden.
Well, no,
I'm here
not.
to vote for Joe Biden.
No, I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden. I'm gonna urge people who watch me to vote for Joe Biden if they live in swing states, though. But I personally, in a red state that's going to go for Trump, am going to do a protest vote for the Green Party.
Hey, man, you know what, dude? I don't know why nobody's thought of that before.
Yeah,
That's worked wonders in the past.
I know, right?
I can see why you're participating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
But I mean, the great thing is that when you guys like stay home and don't do anything, that changes things a lot. Really, it does.
It does.
It does a lot. It's way more effective than actually voting for things.
Listen to this back patting now. Oh, at least I went and got my I voted sticker. Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Fuck outta here.
You guys you sit home and then you pat yourselves back. I didn't participate in a corrupt system, so I get to feel good about myself. I got to feel good about myself because I rejected the lies.
When do I pat myself on the back for that?
Constantly.
Like, when am I fucking like
non-fucking stop, both of you. Non-stop.
TJ, I don't give a shit what you think about what I do in my personal.
Yeah, well,
I really care.
but I'm supposed to sit here and endlessly just take shit because I'm going to actually participate in the fucking system. Like, I'm fucking somehow, like, endorsing everything wrong with the system if I dare to fucking take 20 minutes out of my day to go cast a fucking ballot for who's going to lead the fucking country.
It's way more fucking time than 20 minutes out of your day that you're spending.
Whatever you want to do. I mean, that's up to you, man. I'm not telling you how to live your life. If you want to go vote, go fucking vote. I'm going to make fun of you, but so what? Make fun of me for not.
That's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
I'm fine with it. I don't care. I mean, that's fine. That's a valid criticism.
Because, I mean, I know both of you have, like, a laundry list of complaints about how things are going in this country, which I've heard ad nauseum. Sure. But then it's like...
None of those are on the ballot.
What are we going to do about it?
None of my concerns are on the ballot.
So yeah, what are we going to do about it? Hey, TJ, tell me what candidate is a post-capitalist that is, either an accelerationist when it comes to the fucking collapse, or a soft landing guy that wants to completely change the fucking entire paradigm, abolish capitalism, abolish legal tender, and create a resource-based economy that is fair and equitable to everybody on the fucking planet.
Do you feel like there's probably a candidate?
Where's that on the ballot?
Do you feel like that's probably a candidate that's closer to that than not? Like there's a candidate that's closer to that than a candidate that's farther from that, right?
Who?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you have someone that's like an out and out, like, I'm super far right, I'm against fucking trans rights, I'm fucking for drone strikes and all this shit. You can't find a candidate that's a little bit better, like marginally on some issues.
Oh, you mean like a lesser of two evils?
Right.
Like, yeah,
like
I'm
a lesser of two evils.
Drone strikes. I'm still going to do the drone strikes.
Well,
but
wait, what is the argument against the lesser of two evils fucking vote? Like, I used to say the same shit you're saying right now, but it doesn't make any sense. It's incongruent. Yeah, you do vote for the lesser of two evils. If it comes down to Hitler and Mao, you still got to you should still sit there and make a choice. Like, which one's better? Why not?
If it comes down to Hitler and Mao, you should still be lining up to vote for one of those scum fucks.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos. Maybe Kodos was slightly better. Maybe he had a gentler fucking brand of whip. If you have to have to fucking either like, okay, I'm going to get this cactus lodged up my ass, or I'm going to get this fucking, no thorn cactus lodged up my ass. Like, yeah,
there is no thorn cactus.
If it's both, I mean, like, I'm just saying, if it's both, if you got two shitty options, doesn't it still make sense to choose the less shitty option?
Is there a third option of just not playing the stupid?
No, because one of them is going to be the fucking president, no matter what you do. Trump or Biden is going to be president, so doesn't it make sense to vote for the person who's less awful?
I guess
even if it's marginally, even if it's like by 0.0001%, doesn't it make sense to participate at that point?
If you believe Biden is better, taking that term, then sure, it could make some margin. It can make sense to you.
So Trump gets in a second term. He stacks the Supreme Court. He fucking overturns Roe v. Wade. I mean, like, and we just sit there like, well, I could have done something about that, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but when it happens anyway, you can look back and say, well, at least I went and voted for the other guy. I probably would have done the same fucking shit.
I don't think Joe Biden is overturning Roe v. Wade. Trump, he legitimately might.
Sure. Look, are there policy positions in which Biden is better than Trump? Sure. The way that voting is allocated in the United States per our Constitution, we have an electoral college. The state I live in, it holds 0 sense for me to go and vote for Joe Biden, simply because, one, I don't agree with his policies. Is he better than Trump? Probably in some ways, in my opinion, sure. But we both know, TJ, in the state I live in and the state you live in, that vote is not going to change the course of the.
Well, that's why I'm doing a protest vote for the Green Party here, because it really does. I have no way means of even potentially impacting the fucking vote in this state.
If you have a popular vote, which is the winner got the most, then maybe I can be compelled to vote based on some of those reasons. Maybe that would be more of an argument to me. But in this state, there's really no point in me voting. I don't see any point in it. I see your argument. I'm not saying it's a bad argument. And I do agree with you that, yeah, I would rather see those things not happen. But at the same time, it's like, if I look at the moral principle, to me, there's also things like that come into play in my mind, is that what am I endorsing by placing this vote? Now, I understand the argument, too, that, hey, look, if you're not voting and Trump gets reelected, what is Trump going to do? Your inaction caused Trump to be elected president.
If you're on the left in this country, you're going to find yourself in the position of having an antagonistic president to your agenda. Because Joe Biden and Donald Trump, neither of those represent even a mildly leftist agenda. So it's a matter of choosing your fucking enemy at that point. I think Biden is a much softer enemy that's way more likely to capitulate to portions of our agenda.
That seems like an overly simplistic way of looking at this. It's like bad guy, good guy. No,
it's bad guy, bad guy.
Yeah, no, it really is. That's the way I see it. I see shitty fucking politician and shitty fucking politician. And ultimately... the same fucking result. And yes, your participation in this broken ass system is, whether you like it or not, a tacit support of that system and a message to the people that watch you and the people that fucking like your opinions and consider your opinions on things, that things are working. Is it working? No.
I think I've made it pretty clear things aren't working. So let me ask you this. If you all right, well, listen, let me ask you this question real quick.
So you think that, the change that needs to happen in this country cannot possibly happen through the electoral system, right?
Yes. I
So
believe that, yeah.
then why not participate in the electoral system insofar as you can do harm reduction? And then also pursue those extra, legal fucking remedies for these situations.
Because I've done that before. I've done the harm reduction vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched the harm reduction vote escalate fucking drone bombings, fucking preside over a greater gap between the wealthy and the not wealthy, preside over more power for the fucking Wall Street entities that are literally sucking the world dry. So yeah. No, I don't do the harm reduction vote anymore because I don't believe that exists.
Well, let me ask you this though. So we have to, if it comes down to Joe Biden, Donald Trump, when it comes to drone strikes, they're both going to do them, right?
Yeah.
There's no escape. So their foreign policy is exactly identical.
Mm-hmm.
We all agree there. There's not a fucking difference. So their monetary policy, their business policy, the way they treat Wall Street, probably going to be virtually identical, right?
Ultimately the same thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Nearly the same.
So either way, that's going to happen. So why not vote on just the issues that they're different on?
Either way, that's going to happen.
Right.
So why not vote at all?
Well, because there's other issues that there actually is something of a difference. They have different stances on abortion. So if you're pro-abortion or pro-abortion rights, why would you want to give Trump a chance to stack the Supreme Court with judges who will overturn Roe v. Wade, for instance?
Okay. So I'm supposed to stop caring about things like the constant grinding drumbeat of war and the constant rape of this planet by corporate entities and focus on one little hot button social issue that's going to be used as a political football to keep the status quo of money flowing to the corporations.
But that status quo isn't, we've already established that status quo isn't changing either way.
So that people that are quote unquote politically fucking active can pretend they're helping things while we kick the Roe v. Wade football back and forth every fucking 4 years. Nope. No thanks. No, I'm sorry, but I feel a little insulted at the fucking insinuation that I should be spending my time focusing on small social issues when we just admitted, well, we know that war's not gonna stop, right? And we know that the rape of the fucking average person by the business class is not gonna stop, right? But shouldn't we? No.
Well, I mean, look, you already say that you don't think the solutions that can be done through the electoral process. My point is, why not fucking you can pursue whatever you think will work in those areas, but you might as well work within the system to do exercise what little power you have in that regard, right? I don't see what from a strictly consequentialist standpoint, I don't understand. You're not endorsing everything that candidate does. This is not like a full-throated, okay, well, I'm going to support this because I want the system, the status quo, I'm just going to preserve it or whatever. If you think that the solutions to that lie outside of electoral politics, you can still pursue whatever measures you think those are, which I'm not sure what they are, but, presuming that they're out there, you can still pursue that. But at the same time, why not try to preserve, what little fucking social issues that why should we let Trump get rid of fucking Roe v. Wade? Why should we do that?
Because
is there a compelling reason to do that?
Because I don't think Roe v. Wade is the fulcrum on which the survival of our species
is
levered.
It's not. But I mean, obviously, that's a major social issue. If all of a sudden women can't get abortions, that's a big deal. That's a big deal for half the population.
Sure.
I mean, why should...
You know what else is a big deal?
What?
The fact that this vote that you're going to cast, there's a really good chance that it just ends up in the trash somewhere or ends up getting caught for somebody else. So another reason why I don't go shuffle down to the polls like a fucking donkey every 4 years pretending that I'm fucking doing something, because there's absolutely no way. And these stories crop up every time. The last Texas primary, there was just 2 giant trucks worth of minority votes just disappeared. Never heard anything about it again, did we? They were never found. Just a bunch of votes from poor areas that would have went to Bernie. Just, whoops. We're not sure what happened to that. We sent the truck out and it just never got here with all the Mexican votes on it. This is the truth,
right?
This is the truth.
Yeah.
Nobody is running on free, open, elections where you can actually trace your vote from the casting of it to the actual fucking candidate that you voted for. So there's a really good chance that as you're stroking your fucking, well, at least I'm doing a little harm reduction, that vote's just getting flushed down the fucking toilet.
I mean, the fact
they don't care.
The fact that
your harm reduction vote
the fact
is
that,
meant to keep you on the hook.
The fact that there's all this fucking stuff wrong with the system is just like more evidence to me anyway that my participation is needed. Like, if there's no fucking, like, if we have all these problems, like, how are they ever going to be surmounted by me sitting on my fucking hands and just be like, well, everything just sucks. Everything just sucks. Like, if you can, okay, walk me through the line of I don't do anything and things get better.
Okay, number one, I'm not advocating that people do nothing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm advocating that people are open and honest about why they vote and why they don't vote.
Mm-hmm.
And so let me walk you through the line.
Okay.
So you join the growing, by the way, chorus of people who have checked out of politics because they see it as a zero-sum game that's constantly fucking taking advantage.
About half the country.
Right. You join the growing chorus of that. You put your ideas out there. And, you know, over the course of time, more and more people come to realize that they've been disenfranchised, even though they feel like they still have a say in it. You've effectively had your vote removed from you.
Mm-hmm.
And, satisfaction with and faith in the system erodes further.
Mm-hmm.
And we accelerate towards a point of collapse or utter societal upheaval or restructuring. And we have a chance at the other end of all of that devastation, which is coming one way or another, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether I participate or not, whether you participate or not, the giant fucking societal collapse, whatever form it may take, is coming.
Right.
Well, it's inevitable.
So you've joined this chorus of people, right, that isn't willing to be talked down to and isn't willing to be appeased. And so that when that fucking collapse happens, you're one of the voices on the back end of that can help people learn that lesson. You can advocate for a restructuring of society that's fair and equitable, where your vote, quote unquote, whatever it is, actually matters, is fundamentally counted, where your fucking safety and security and ability to fucking take care of yourself as a human being is maximized over the profits of corporations.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't really see it as doing nothing. I don't see me sitting
I don't think the system is going to look at I don't think the system looks at disenfranchised voters as like, man, they're sticking it to us. I think they look at that as a great thing for them. Because that means that that means they get to narrow the political discussion in this country slimmer and slimmer. They have to appeal to less and less people. It's a smaller and smaller segment of the population that actually participates in any way, in shape, or form in our democracy. I think that it makes a lot more sense to try to broaden that, get the fucking half of the country that doesn't give a shit back on board so that we can fucking do some stuff to change the fucking system. Because they cannot hide the votes of fucking half the goddamn country if the other half of the country wakes up and decides to start participating in their fucking in their fucking constitutional right to vote for the leadership of their fucking country.
There was a candidate that was moving in that fucking direction. There was a candidate that, you know, might have possibly at least made an inroad or two into what you're talking about.
Right.
And that candidate was absolutely and utterly swift voted.
Yeah.
By the electoral process, right under your nose, and you're still going to go participate.
Well, you know, the whole thing, I mean, like the success of Bernie Sanders and his campaign, because let's face it, what he did was a success. He didn't win, but he proved that not only could he go the distance once, head to head with Hillary Clinton, but he could go the distance twice. You know, and he didn't go to the fucking, look, there's more of a fucking leftist, like, I saw a comic. I wish I could find the fucking thing, but it showed these two fucking college kids, and they're like, you know, the first panel was like they're the two college kids that they're like, oh man, our socialist book club grew by like 3 more members. We're on fire, and that was back in like 2010 or some shit. And then it shows 2020, and they have this like army of people behind them, and everybody, you know, like. All these different movements and protest movements and all this stuff, and they're like, Bernie didn't win. We've lost everything. It's like, do you not see how far the fucking left has come
You're talking about the ideas.
What I'm talking about is grassroots movements. I'm talking about people funding campaigns. I'm talking about a popular leftist movement in this country having a fucking real chance at fucking changing electoral politics for the first time in pretty much history, or at least since FDR.
You're talking about where the ideas, though, shifted in the country. You're talking about how some policies became more popular, and a lot of those policies were popularized by people supporting Bernie Sanders, and those ideas get down to the population. But one of the things I want to go back to what you said is you said, if people wake up and start participating and start doing this, of course, if we had an informed population that was capable of critical thinking, then sure, I would see voting as a process that maybe that some actual effective change could happen, because the policies that would be debated would actually be ones that really affected people's lives, like climate change, like healthcare, things that are really actually like our food supply. Where's our food coming? Look at these factory farms. Look at these issues that are actually facing the planet, or represent an existential threat that would actually be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're talking about this debate, look, we've said it plenty of times. These elections are for show. The fucking politicians in this country have long ago been bought by giant corporations. And it's like, oh, well, maybe this corporate candidate will lead to this change. And that's why I give my assent. I'm going to vote because this corporate candidate is going. It's like they're owned by the same fucking people.
Right.
And we all admit that. We all understand that. So it's like me voting for them. What difference is that truly going to make? Now, if it was someone that represented different ideals that wanted to actually reform things in a tangible way, there's actually a movement behind that. That's a totally different story. But that's not what we're going to vote for this election cycle. The thing I'd rather vote for more than anything, like, we can build some roads or something. We can do some good for the actual normal people. That's something I'd vote on. I'd vote on things like that, like ballot initiatives that make things better in some small measure or way. That appeals to me. But just to simply just say, oh, Joe Biden, because he's going to reduce this harm, he's going to make things like, no, Joe Biden's owned by the same fucking people. There's no fucking, to me, in my mind, there's no difference. I mean, like, oh, well, Trump's going to do this to the Supreme Court. This is going to happen. It's possible.
I mean, it's just so telling to me that one of the things that you bring up is Roe v. Wade.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that happened in the 70s.
Right.
And it's 2020.
Yeah.
And we're still on like, oh, we got to vote to protect Roe v. Wade. And it's like, when does anything become settled in this broken ass fucking system? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When are you gonna see that issue? None of the people that are on either side of the issue in the political class give a fuck about Roe v. Wade. It's all about being able to whip up their quote unquote base and make them think, I'm fighting for you. There's fucking, how many years is that? 50 fucking years since Roe v. Wade, and we're still like, well, I vote to protect Roe v. Wade. It's like nothing is ever settled in this piece of fucking shit place.
Hey, they settled gay marriage finally. We settled that one.
I mean, did we though? Because it's used as a political football in the same way Roe v. Wade is. It's like, wow, we want to fucking.
I mean, this is
abolish gay marriage.
Nothing's ever going to be settled in this country. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about settling. I mean, we have a far right wing fucking extremist party that has major control in this country called the Republicans, and then we have a center right corporatist party that's called the fucking Democrats. And then we have a popular uprising of leftists who have yet to be able to get any sort of real foothold in the political fucking system, but seem to be making inroads to it.
You have a popular uprising of right-wing people as well.
Oh yeah, well but they all have their candidate. They have their Trump now.
Right.
And he fucking virtue signals to them.
You had your Obama.
I didn't have. I had a guy that ran as a leftist and then governed as an establishment neoliberal centrist. So I didn't have anything there.
Right, but you voted for him though.
No, I didn't.
You never voted for Barack Obama.
No.
One of the things that you're also not factored in, TJ, is
I didn't.
Voting?
The last time I voted in a presidential election was John Kerry. It was also the first time. So I haven't. I have gone through. Look, when it comes to not voting, I have a long fucking track record of not doing it. But I've had a change of heart because like I've been looking at things from the fucking purely consequentialist point of view, and like it just doesn't make sense. Like me not voting doesn't seem to be having any impact. The non-voters in general don't seem to be having any impact other than a fucking strictly negative one.
Which I don't understand why that's a bad thing. when you're talking about a system that's
I mean, you're talking about it. You're an accelerationist. I'm not an accelerationist.
Right.
Well, I used to be. But now I'm pretty sure that if this country was to actually collapse, we would descend into fucking fascism like that. So that's not going to do anything great for us.
I guarantee you that we would. Number one, I don't think we're far from it now.
Exactly.
So it wouldn't be a far descent into fascism.
Right.
I feel like we're
it'd be a
close.
skip, hop, and a jump at this point.
Right. So it would be a short fall to fascism. But when I'm talking about a collapse, there's these systems that are in place are at least able to be questioned existentially.
Right.
Whereas under the current system, under the status quo, under the every 4 years we shuffle to the polls and pretend we're doing something,
right,
that's not the case. There's just no avenue towards challenging the power of the state while it still has all the money, has all the soldiers, has all the land.
Right.
Well, but not only that, we're talking about elected positions. A number of positions in government are not elected positions. They have career bureaucrats. They have people who specialize in certain fields.
Well, I mean, a big part of what I'm worried about is the fucking appointees.
I'm not talking about the Supreme Court. I'm talking about TJ. A lot of these people are basically just career appointees.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just the Supreme Court. There's also other courts. There's also other appointed positions as well.
Here's the thing. You're just looking at the judicial side. I'm talking the executive branch. I'm talking about all branches.
Yeah, I got you.
You're talking about these people, they like financial people, these certain people that just stay within the sphere. That doesn't matter if the Democrats are in power or the Republicans are in power or whoever's in power, because you need these people to actually have a functioning government, because they're the ones to understand a lot of how the state is run. The politicians, you imagine every 4 years you got a president come in. Who advises the president? You need people that actually know how to fucking make a government function. And those people a lot of times are not elected.
Right.
And you're never going to really have much of a say in who those people are, because you need them. And what happens is when a president comes into office, you have a bunch of these people come into the room and say, Mr. President, blah, 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 blah. They kiss his ass and they go, this is what the world is like. And they show you every fucking existential threat to this country and basically lay it out to you. And it's like, these people are trying to kill us. These people hate us. This group doing it. And like, they scare the shit out of these fucking people that come and sit in this position of power. Now they have to make decisions. They try to keep everyone safe. Remember, safety is a top priority for people. Safety. If you're not safe, you have nothing. Then, that's why health is such a big deal. But it's closely tied to that. If you think someone's going to blow you up or shoot you or whatever, then you're going to be
right.
You're going to be a scared little fucking rabbit. So most times, even if you have someone like Obama come in there, by the end of having those meetings, he's realizing, oh shit. Well, I think Obama did more drone strikes because he understood the threat probably better than someone like Trump does. Like, oh shit, this is a tool we got to fucking use. And they pump you full of fear, just like they pump everyone else full of fucking fear. Because I mean, that's a big fucking responsibility. So if you get Joe Biden in there, you don't think Joe Biden's just going to be a fucking control like a little puppet he is. Oh, I voted for Joe Biden. He's a fucking puppet at best. TJ, his mind's not even fucking there.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir on that. I know that Joe Biden is a dementia-addled, racist, rapist that fucking has a conservative track record in the Senate and a million other fucking things wrong with him. I'm not sitting here telling you that Joe Biden is good. I'm sitting here telling you that Joe Biden is ever so marginally less of a piece of shit than Donald Trump on some issues.
Yeah, and that's just too deflating. That's too deflating a cause for me to jump on and have any passion about.
I mean,
I'm sorry, dude.
There's other
that really is what it comes down.
There's other people down the ballot. I mean, look.
It's too fucking deflating for me to go like, well, there's a rapist fucking corporatist piece of fucking garbage, and then there's a slightly, ever so incrementally, slightly less repugnant rapist corporatist. I can't. Where springs your excitement for participation?
There's no excitement.
In such a broken fucking system.
There's absolutely no excitement whatsoever.
There is excitement with you, TJ. You are fucking jazzed about this shit. You've been fucking doing 2-3 hour streams where you're just screaming at people about the efficacy of fucking going out and voting and blah 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 blah. You are, and I don't get where that comes from, because you just summed it up. Yeah, you got this horrible fucking racist, and then you got this horrible. Like, how are you even excited about that? How do you look at that and go like, yep, this is the best I can do? It's like, fuck that. This whole political idea. I'm a human being. And see, I feel people have forgotten this.
Right.
I'm a human being. I have my own inner life. It is unlike anybody else's life. It's unique to me.
Sure.
And I get to choose what the fuck I care about.
Sure.
And you know what? If I saw the possibility of some sweeping change that I could get behind in this electoral system, I'd be right there with you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be right there with you lapping at Joe Biden's butthole. But the truth of the matter is, TJ, it's a fucking dream. And I think you know it too. I think you know that, like, this like butterfly effect thing where my vote eventually leads to a place where people are treated fairly and equitably is just, you know what I mean? It's bullshit.
I don't think you can do it just by voting. Like, especially not for fucking Joe Biden. Of course, Joe Biden. I mean, like, I've already admitted he's terrible. So you can't expect to go out and be like, I vote for Joe. Even if Joe Biden wins, like, the fight continues because he's not good.
Right.
You're basically if I'm excited about it at all, I'm excited about the prospect of being able to fucking go after Joe Biden as the fucking president, because I can go way harder against Joe Biden than I can against Trump, because I'm part of ostensibly his base, especially if I fucking advocated voting for him. So I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you're gonna have, if you're a leftist of any stripe, you're gonna have an antagonist. You're gonna have an antagonist in the White House. You're gonna have either far right, you're gonna have either center right. They're neoliberals either way. So, you know, I want the one who's weaker. I want the one who I can, you know, at least not me personally, but like my voting block can push around maybe a little bit. Because, you know, we're viewed as part of his potential base. So I think that that's better than having Trump. I don't think it's incredibly better. I don't think that it fixes all the problems of society, nor have I ever made the claim that it will. But that's where I'm at. I think. What's that?
Here's the best thing about the apathy party, dude.
Yeah.
We don't care what you do either. You're free to advocate however you want. You're free to yell in the streets however you want. You're free to say that the apathy party is full of shit. But you know what, dude? We're about nothing. We don't care.
Yeah, you're free to continue fiddling on the deck of the Titanic.
We'll say fair enough. You want to attack us? Fair enough. We're not going to respond because you know what?
I'm not attacking. I'm not fucking attacking, because I understand the position, because I was there myself for fucking 20 years or something. How long ago was fucking John Kerry?
16 years.
16 years. I was on the fucking non-voting fucking thing. So I understand looking at the system and being like, this is a broken piece of shit, and I don't even want to fucking look at it, let alone participate in it.
Oh, I'm not anti-voting. I'm just anti-voting for people like that.
I got you. Well, look, John, Joe Biden's not the only person on the ballot. There's probably other things. You might want to at least look at the ballot and see if there's anything that you can bring yourself to care about. You can always just show up and vote for that. Anyway, we've been going on for quite a long time. I'll give you guys a chance to put a bow on it if you want.
I mean, I'm fine. It was a conversation. It's one of those conversations that literally goes nowhere because nobody's going to be moved.
Right, exactly.
You're not going to fucking convince me to go back to being a voter, and I'm not going to convince you to stop this folly of nonsense that you're doing, this drivel, this, you know.
I used to be in your shoes, and I was convinced. So I believe it is possible to convince you. But we'll see.
I'm sure it is. I mean, maybe you can convince Paul.
I believe that conversations can move people, but usually no one moves when they're confronted. They usually move later in private. So we'll see.
Oh, okay. You know what? If either of us change our minds, we'll let you know, TJ.
Thank you. I appreciate it.